Okay, I think I know what I want to do now. Okay, so I've covered the lid inside and out. The box I just inked, and it looks really, really nice. The journal fits in there perfectly, and the lid is snug, but if I had wrapped the bottom, the lid would be too tight. You can see I can lift it up with the book in it, and I'm holding only the lid. I have to actually fling it. So I decided against putting anything inside, and this has a nice closure on it, so that will make it easy enough to get out. There's plenty of room for the journal to grow in this box. And yeah, so let's decorate the top. I'll put the box over here. Let's just decorate the top. I'm going to decorate the top very similar to the journal. As far as adding the lace on the top, this is the only lace that I added to this journal, because I used seam binding. I didn't use all the crochet trims in this one. I kept it pretty simple. So I'm just getting a good amount of glue on there, and it'll start to get a little bit tacky. And I'm going to take this lace that I have. This is 6 inches wide. And I'm just going to pat that down. This is a silicone spatula. There's some threads in there that I don't want. Okay. Those are from the linen that we're going to use. But I just want to make sure this gets nice, really good contact, and then when this is dry, of course, I will trim around the box. It's a little fiddly covering the box. I think I would have preferred just to do the top like the bottom and maybe, matte the top. But because I got that bad batch of acrylic paint and it made the lid kind of yucky, I tried sanding it and it just was still too clumpy. The more I tried to fix it, the worse it got, so I had to cover it. But that's okay. I really like the way that this is turning out. So let's set that aside to dry for a second. I've taken one of the tall pockets and the tag that I don't know if that particular tag goes inside, but it does for me. So I just want to ink around this. Too many things going on here. I'm going to ink around the outside of this tag. Put a little bit of ink on that little hole. I am going to go around the outside here. But I decided to go with a tall tag pocket, basically so that if you wanted to, gift this journal, I need to ink this, you could write your sentiments on the tag inside. Okay, I don't need to ink that part because it's not going to show, but I will ink around this part. And this pocket happens to be especially grungy, so we'll just go with that. And I'm going to put a little bit of, just a little bit on the inside of there, so that when that, it's not so noticeable. And let's do, like that. Okay, so we just want to glue that This one does have the closure is going to be inside, which, you know, it will stop the tag from going all the way down, but I didn't want it on the front of the pocket. So I'm just going to go with that, and that's okay if the tag sticks up a little bit. I don't mind, because the tag will go down to that stopper and it'll stop. Okay, I'm going to have to, I didn't fold that exactly straight, so trim that off. There we go. Ink that a little bit. There we go. Okay, so let's put a ribbon inside this tag. My hands, I've washed them and I just have ink everywhere. Oh goodness. So it's not turning out exactly the way I have it in my head, had envisioned it, but I think I like it better than what was in my head. So sometimes you just got to go with it. Boy, I made these really long. That's okay. Okay, let's see. I usually leave about an inch at the top, so there we go. Use those for something else. You know what? I was going to shoot. I was going to put an eyelet in here. Let's take this out and put that eyelet in. It is the cover of the box after all. So let's put this eyelet in there. I think it'll just, not only that, but it'll keep it from tearing out, but it will, it'll look nice. There we go. I always check the back, make sure there's nothing sharp. You see how this one splits into all these little tiny pieces? Well, if you use the thicker ones, it doesn't split like that. And that's why you have such a hard time pressing them sometimes. So hopefully I can still get this through there. So I hope everyone's doing well. It's the middle of the week again, thank goodness. Come on. Yeah, I'm going to have to trim the tops again because they get, when you're pulling on them, they get kind of raggedy. Other than that, they'll stay, but okay. All right. So that'll go like that, and actually that's fine. I don't know if it stopped at the bottom or not, but that works fine for me. Okay, and then I want to put this on top of here. So just center it. I took this journal came with the kit. There's a blank one and there's one that says journal. And I just cut it out, inked it. I punched the holes, but the holes are really close to the edge. So I went ahead and put it on the fabric, and not counting on those holes to hold this in. I'm just going to glue this down. Because those brads were, you know, like a 1/16 of an eighth from the edge, and that would tear. So we are just going to put this down here, maybe a 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. Got the fibers are going over the side of the tag, and that's fine with me. Okay, so this is going to be I'm just going to center that on the box. So let's see. Yeah, that's dry. So let's just trim this up. It's going to go right along the edge. And the nature of this lace, because it's so textured, you don't have to worry about cutting straight. You know, from time to time I'll come back and I'll see something hanging over like right here, and I'll just come back and clip it. Yeah, sometimes when you can't get your scissors close enough there. There we go. Okay. And like I said, you know, it's so textured that it doesn't really matter if you don't get it exactly on the edge. I want to keep this piece, but I don't want to keep all this. Okay, can't really tell which way is up anymore, which is fine. So I'm just going to put this right here, about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. I thought about moving it over here and putting a card inside, but there's already the tag there, so I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to center it just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this whole piece down. Taking some of that yucky glue off the top. And I'm adding a little more glue than I normally would because of the lace. I want to make sure it goes all the way through that lace to the box. There we go. And I'm just eyeballing the center. And I think that looks good. Just going to hold that for a second. It's still cold. There we go. Yeah, so there we have it. That's what I call a journal in a box. We have our box with a nice gift tag, we have our label, and we have the journal inside. So I guess the next time we meet up, we'll be doing a flip through, and then we'll go on to another project. I don't have any idea at this time what it will be, but I have a list in my phone. That's what I've been going off of. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.